powerful, tapos maliit, tapos parang ang sarap ibato-bato sa corner, alam mo yon. Tahimik, yung mga tunog ng suspension niya, very BYD, very solid, comfortable siya. Magandang feeling ng steering wheel, malambot, ayan, sarap laro-laruin. Let's go! Woo! Narinig nyo yon? Umiyak! Nagbiblink yung hazard mo para ma-warningan yung nasa likod mo na nag-sudden brake ka. Ulitin natin. Ayan o, taka. The Sea Lion 6 now has a younger brother, the Sea Lion 5. If you guys remember, towards the end of the year 2024, we've been told that BYD Philippines will be aggressively introducing new models for this year 2025. And so this time, this is BYD's entry to the subcompact SUV category. If you look at BYD Philippines model lineup, the Sea Lion 5 sits between the Sea Lion 6 and the Seal 5. So if you are one of those torn between the Sea Lion 6 and the Seal 5, this is the car that you've been waiting for. So tara, pag-usapan na natin. Alright, if we look at the front fascia, wala siya masyadong resemblance sa Sea Lion 6, no? I was somehow expecting just like, for example, the Mazda 3 and the Mazda 2. Halata mo magkapatid sila, 'di ba? May resemblance. Ito, walang hint ng Sea Lion 6 dito sa front. Anyway, I like the headlight, yung DRL niya, yung design na gano'n sa loob. Alright, and then meron tayong triple LED na setup dito. So the first outer LEDs is for the headlight, and then yung pinaka-inner is for the flasher or the high beam. And then you have your signal lights here, doon, and then you have a very aggressive parang C-clamp design dito, and you have big grille and air dam dito sa baba ng bumper. Dito sa gitna ng grille, mapapagkamalan mo merong camera. Actually, this is just a housing. So wala tong front camera. This one has no 360 camera. Okay? So siguro later aftermarket, kung gusto mo palagyan, meron ka ng parang housing or may provision ka na dito. Pagdating naman dito sa side profile, eto, meron ng hint ng Sea Lion 6. Etong design na to. 'Di ba? Ayan. Parang si Panchita. And here, parang Atto 3. The ground clearance is 153 millimeters. This is 20 millimeters lower than the Sea Lion 6. Pero pag tinignan mo, parang mas mataas siya, no? Hindi halatang parang mababa. So you have signal lights dito sa side view mirrors, and you also have roof rails. Maganda. I like the side profile. Okay, let's check the tires. You have a 225/60/18 GT. So, I just want to mention, initial impression ko ng GT is parang hindi maganda, di ba? But after 3 round trips to Bicol, it performed really well. Looking at the size again, 225/60/18, mapapansin nyo, medyo high profile siya, no? And it's very obvious na ang laki-laki pa ng wheel well. And I think you can easily fit rim 19 dito. Pwede siguro later, pwede mong i-upgrade. And yeah, you have disc brakes on all 4 wheels. Now, here at the rear, eto masasabi mo talagang kapatid siya ni Panchita ng Sea Lion 6, right? Because of the rear tail light and this LED bar. And even yung emblem niya dito, BYD Sea Lion, kapag hindi mo binasa ng mabuting sa dulo, you might think it's number 6, but it's actually 5. And then you have the DMI here, and maganda yung design niya, just like the Sea Lion 6, mataas yung likod. Right? And then you have a rear spoiler, and you have a third brake lamp, and you have a rear wiper, and as you can see, meron ka rin shark fin antenna. And you have 1, 2, 3, 4 sensors for parking. And like I mentioned a while ago, wala tong 360 camera, but this one has a rear camera for reverse to assist you when parking. And then right under here, sa ilalim ng rear bumper is a fog light, no? Hindi mo siya actually mapapansin kapag hindi umiilaw. So kapag nakatayo ka lang, akala mo wala. But yeah, Pag nakailaw, halatang-halata na siya dyan. Nice! Meron din si Panchita nito. Bihira ko rin naman gamitin. But nice to have. Before we go inside and talk about the interior, let's talk about the suspension first. So yung front suspension nito is McPherson struts. And the rear, it has the multi-link suspension. Similar to the C-Line 6 and sa E-Max. Remember yung video natin about the E-Max, pinag-usapan natin? Diba? Anong difference ng dependent tsaka independent. So kapag dependent, kapag ka-connected yung dalawang gulong, pag nalubak siya sa isang side, may impact din sa kabila. Kapag ka-multi-link, independent siya, pwedeng lumubak, ito lang ang maglaro or ito lang ang maglalaro. So very comfortable, and that is what I'm expecting. Later, tingnan natin how does it feel driving this, being the driver and a passenger at the rear. Alright? Okay, let's check the engine bay. Oh, meron siyang hood strut just like Panchita. The BYD C-Line 5 has a 1.5 internal combustion engine, naturally aspirated, that when combined with the motor, it can produce 197 PS and 300 Newton meters of torque. It can accelerate from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in 8.3 seconds. The battery capacity is 12.9 kilowatt hour, and it has an estimated EV range, just full EV, of 71 kilometers. Now, the fuel tank has a capacity of 52 liters. Combine it with the 12.9 kilowatt hour battery, you get an estimated 1,001 kilometers combined range. Galing, tipid na tipid, di ba? And eto, this is already familiar to us, the DMI system, the DMI technology. So you have your engine here and your electric motor. So medyo similar kay Panchita, nandito yung sa left side, or I mean sa right side, yung wiper washer, and you have your coolant, brake fluid, and yeah, your orange high voltage wires, ECU. Medyo maluwag yung engine bay. One difference nga lang pala, kay Panchita, yung C-Line 6, fully covered siya. So wala ka actually makikita. So ito medyo open. Tara, sa loob na tayo. Nandito tayo sa Invitec Films para magpa-install ng Invitec Paint Protection Film with Invitec Graphene Coating for ultimate protection. Parang ang unang impression ko, alam mong glossy pero parang anong nilagay? Kasi parang wala naman ako nakitang may pinatong So, nag-curing pa lang to kahapon. So, it will still take a few more days para completely lumapat siya. But so far right now, ganda. Ang sarap hawak-hawakan. Really happy with the result. Ang ganda. Nakakatuwa. Call Invitec now, schedule your PPF installation, mention Team DTV, and get a discount. So this is the key fob, very similar with the other BYD cars that we've reviewed in the past. So you have 1, 2, 3 buttons here. This is the unlock button. Let's press it and let's see what happens. No flashing of the lights, signal lights, or unfolding of the side mirrors. All you get is a short horn. Let's do it again. Ayan. Now let's press the unlock. 2 flashes of the turn signals, including those in the side mirror. Pero again, the side mirrors do not fold or unfold automatically. And then next, the third button here is to automatically unlock the tailgate. This one does not come with an automatic lift gate. So double press, as you can see here, times 2. It means double press ng mabilis. So ayun, narinig ko. Na-unlock na pala kasi natin. Let's lock it first. Ayun. And then if you double press, ayun, narinig ko nag-unlock yung tailgate. And the fourth button here is to remotely start the car. And then here at the rear hides the physical key. So unlock mo lang tong maliit na button dito. Okay? And then there's your physical key. So here's the driver's side mirror is you have a NFC. So the Seal 5 also comes with NFC key card. Alright? So pwede mo siyang gamitin to lock and unlock the car. And I forgot to mention that this one also comes with the BYD Connect or the BYD app. If you guys remember, di ba, pinakita ko sa inyo that I am now able to use my Samsung S24 Ultra with the digital key and Samsung Wallet ba yun? I can use the NFC of my phone to lock and unlock the car. Naka-backup na lang to sa akin and I'm using my phone. So just to clarify, kasi meron tayong isang viewer na nagtanong kung akala niya pang lock and unlock lang daw ng car. Tinanong niya kung if it will also allow you to drive the car. Yes. And just like the C-Line 6, access to the fuel tank is also here on the left side. Take note that the capacity of the fuel tank is 52 liters. Here on the right side is where you charge your battery. Right? This is type 2 AC charging. Please take note, this does not have the DC fast charging. And this one can only take a maximum of 3.3 kilowatt charging. Right? Compared to the C-Line 6, the C-Line 6 can take 7 kilowatt. This one, 3.3 lang. Hindi niya kaya ang 7 kilowatt. So dito naman sa door handle, you have a small button here just like the C-Line 6. So if you have the key fob with you, hindi mo na kailangang i-press. Once na lumapit ka, madedetect ka. And you just need to press this to unlock the car. Okay? Oops. I actually locked it. So ayan, to unlock it. Alright? So pasok tayo sa loob. And as you can see here, very nice yung interior. Yung door moldings is very C-Line 6 ang feeling. All soft touch material. Here, parang leather yung feeling niya. And then you have this aluminum accent that matches here, the one sa side. Sinasabi ko parang aluminum. I'm not sure exactly kung anong material to. If this is PVC or aluminum. Yeah, maganda yung combination. Ayan, aluminum look ng door handle and also aluminum accent here. So meron ka ditong leather. Feels like, yeah, very soft leather. This is also another kind of leather. And there's your controls for the windows and the side mirrors. As we are about to enter the cabin, ayan, mapapansin mo agad dito yung aircon vent. This is very C-Line 6. And then as you turn here, another very C-Line 6. Yung upuan, look at the design. Di ba? Para ka lang din sasakay sa C-Line 6. Nice. The driver's seat has no electronic control. It's all manual. Ito. Oops, going up and then to move it forward and backward and to recline. Before we proceed, let's quickly turn down the blower. Tingnan natin kung pareho to, kung may 3-finger control din siya. Ayan. Yan, para hindi maingay. And the steering wheel is the typical BYD steering wheel. So you have your control here to turn the big screen. And for your cruise control and for your phone calls and for changing the modes dito sa instrument cluster. And if you notice, katulad siya ng Atto 3, unlike the C-Line 6 na naka-integrate talaga sa loob ng dashboard. Here on top ng dashboard, you will notice here meron kang black piano finish and combination nitong soft touch leather. Continuing from the window sill, airbag, and another black piano finish. This angle here is very C-Line 6. And ayan, may design siya dito. I'm not sure what you call this material, but parang rubber na parang leather. Aircon vents here in the center and some storage here. There's no wireless charging. And ayan, kung familiar kayo dito, naalala nyo yung Han. Ganyan yung design ng cambio niya, di ba? And it always reminds me yung pagkakamali ko the first time I drove the Tang. You need to press this when you're shifting between drive and reverse. Okay? And the start stop button is here. Yung sa C-Line 6 is nandito sa lower left. Now, this one is matte and rubbery. Hindi siya black piano finish. Dito lang yung black piano. And you have your electronic parking. You have auto hold, traction control, parking, hazard, and this is for your audio, for your volume control. And this is for you to shift between eco, sport, and normal. Alright? And then meron ka pang grass, grit, snow, on. So may ganun pa siyang terrain mode. Nandito yung start-stop button mo, and this is your shifter to shift between EV and HEV. Similar ng position kay Panchita. And yeah. And here you have two cup holders, and since this is the C-Line 5, smaller than the C-Line 6, syempre mag-adjust lahat, mas maliit din yung cup holder. So I can really feel the difference. And then here, your center console box. Ayan. I really like this design. If you guys are familiar with Monroe, yung website that, yung company that nagte-tear down sila ng mga cars, very impressed sila sa design na to because you don't need a lock. It saves a lot in the production cost kasi wala ka nang ilalagay na latch para mag-lock to dito, di ba? And at the same time, ikaw din as a user, wala ka nang kailangang pindutin at wala kang kailangang i-maintain. Yung mga locks kasi yan over time, di ba? Gumagalaw, lumalambot, umaalog-alog, ipapagawa mo. Ito, there is some kind of a mechanism daw dito na impress si Monroe with BYD, how they designed this. Ayan, oops, sorry. Ayan. Anyway, you have good enough space here. Malalim siya. Ayan, papunta doon. Yun nga lang, wala ditong USB power supply or 12-volt power socket. Ang lakas ng AC Tignan mo, nagkaroon agad ng moisture dito. Up here, you have a pair of touch button LED lamps and eyewear holder. Tapos dito sa center, it looks like may provision for the sunroof controls, no? Unfortunately, walang kasamang sunroof itong model natin dito sa Philippines. But I'm glad to know na naka-black headliner tayo. So, low maintenance. Alam niyo naman guys, gustong-gusto ko kapag ka-black yung headliner. Alright, tapos meron ka ditong card holder. And let's look at the mirror. May vanity mirror. And merong LED. And for the wife, meron din. May LED rin. May vanity mirror. So this is my comfortable driving position. Sakto lang yung space. And I like the headroom. Okay lang. Elbow room. Okay lang din. Sakto lang din. Guys, remember nung una kong nireview si Panchita nung hawak na namin siya, first few days yata namin, sabi ko, I felt so small. Kasi later ko na lang na-realize na ganun pala siya kalaki. So eto ngayon with the C-Line 5, mukhang sakto lang to for my size. Again, I'm 5'6", 140 something pounds. So eto saktong-sakto lang. Panchita talaga, luwag na luwag. Medyo alog-alog ako. So anyway, let's see. Adjustable ba yung steering column? Yes. Tilt and telescopic. Nice. I really like yung design ng BYD and some other Chinese cars. Yung meron silang ginawang tunnel dito for storage. Very useful talaga to. And ayan, merong USB ports and you have a 12-volt power socket. Nice. Yung center screen natin dito is a little bit smaller. The size is only 10.1 inches. Okay? Only, I said only because I'm comparing it to the C-Line 6 which is 15 point something. But compared to the competitors, I think mas malaki pa rin to and the screen quality is good. Now, tingnan natin. It's the same layout, the same system, the same arrangement ng mga icons niya. And let's look at the system. Similar, pareho, ganun pa rin. You have your vehicle options here, energy, makikita mo, monitor mo yung consumption mo and the settings for your state of charge, your HEV, kung how much charge you want to get the battery up to when you're driving on HEV mode. And then audio display, yeah, we are already very familiar with this. The usual BYD system, pareho lang ng version. Okay, let's get inside the second row. Yan yung comfortable driving position ko, hindi ko yung ginalaw. Alright, the same feeling ng cushion, yung material, parehong-pareho. I like it, it's very comfortable. Mafe-feel mo talagang lumubog ka. And just basically all the touch points, very comfortable. Soft touch siya lahat. Nice elbow room. Nice headroom. Again, I'm 5'6", 140 something pounds. And yeah, meron tayo ditong center armrest with 2 cup holders or bottle holders. Tingnan natin. So, sakto lang siya. Alright? So, very comfortable dito yung elbow mo. And dito rin sa door, merong bottle holder. Tingnan natin. Saktong-sakto yung ganitong size. What is this? 500 ml. Okay. Now, you have a center headrest which suggests that magkakasya ang third passenger dito sa middle. Tingnan natin. And as I am moving, we have a flat floor here. Ito sa baba. So, walang nakaharang. Okay, pag upo mo dito, medyo mafe-feel mo yung hump. Medyo mas mataas to dito. Mararamdaman mo. Okay? Comfortable naman. And I think 3 of me here can sit comfortably even on long drives. Meron tayong dalawang aircon vents dito. Okay? Tingnan natin. Nakasagad na. So, yung airflow nito actually just depends on the controls dun sa front. Alright? And meron siya ditong BYD design na emblem. And then down here, ayan, meron kang dalawang USB ports. USB-C and USB-A and a little bit of storage here na siguro kasya ang cellphone. Yun nga lang, wala ka ditong dedicated na LED lamp. Nandito yung LED lamp in the center. Nakashare na sa inyong lahat dito sa second row. Now, let's see what we can do with the second row seat here. Pwede mo itong ma-fold forward with the lever here. Ayan. Nice. Mas maganda to kumpara sa C-Line 6 kasi yung C-Line 6, meron kang hihilain dito na parang string. Ito, parang mas tie dito para sa akin. Ayan. Dito na lang lahat sa lever. Mas malinis. For me, preference ko lang yon. Now, yung recline nito, yung angle nito, maganda rin kasi pwede mo itong i-recline pagka long trip na sobrang, ayan, very comfortable na higang-higa ka. But mind you, si Achi tsaka si Dichi, ayaw nila ng ganito para silang nahihilo. Ayaw nila lang masyadong higa. Pagka within the city lang kami, gusto nila ng mga ganyan lang. So, it's nice that you have that option. Okay, dito naman sa likod, yung latch niya to open the trunk is way down here sa baba. Okay? Kanina hinahanap ko dito eh. So, nandito siya sa baba. And again, this is not an automatic lift gate. Okay? So, naka-struts lang siya. So, this is the space that you have here sa trunk. Alright? One big difference compared to the C-Line 6 is, eto, iba yung tonneau cover niya. Alright? Yung C-Line 6 kasi, yung naka-retractable na nandun sa gilid, and then hihilain mo. This one is parang hard folding shell siya, and this can be actually attached here. Here pala. Okay? So that it goes with the door when you open it. Okay? And you can also remove this. Fold it, lift it a little bit, tapos hilain mo lang. So if you need to carry tall cargo, pwede mo ilagay dyan. Pwede mo to tanggalin. And then let's see what we have under here. Ayan. Yeah, as expected, wala tayong spare tire. And I'm expecting na meron tong kasamang tire repair kit. Wala lang siguro dito since ginagamit natin for review and test drives. But may kasama na tong charger. Ayan. This is your V2L cable if you want to plug your appliances here when you go camping or kung may emergency na walang kayo ng kuryente sa bahay, pwede ka magsaksak dito. Alright? Pinakita ko na yan sa inyo nung nag-camping tayo nila Panchita. And this is your portable charger. This is very handy. Yeah, it may be slow because this is only 2 kilowatt pero very handy to kapag nag-out of town kayo sa hotel, sa Airbnb. Just like yung mga pinakita ko sa inyo, di ba? Pag nag-out of town kami, sa mga Airbnb, pag makita mo may saksakan sa labas or malapit sa unit yung parking mo, basta abot nito, saksakan na. Very handy, very useful. Kasi kahit naman sabihin mong 2 kilowatt lang to, pag uwi mo naman dun sa hotel or sa resort na pinuntahan mo, sabihin mo ng 11 or 12 midnight ka na natulog, isaksak mo, pagising mo, 7 hours, fully charged na yan. So, remind ko lang kayo guys yung Blade battery nito has a capacity of 12.9. So, it's like between the Seal 5 Dynamic and the Seal 5 Premium or the Sea-Lion 6. Kasi yung Seal 5 Premium and the Sea-Lion 6, they both have 18.3, di ba? Now, merong konting difference. Yung capacity, yung power na kaya niyang i-accept to charge is limited to 3.3 kilowatt. Alright? So, expected mo talaga na hindi siya ganun ka fast charger. So, pwede mo pa rin siyang i-charge, for example, sa mga malls, sa SM, yung AC charging nila na 7 kilowatt hour, pwede mo pa rin naman i-charge dito. Pero, ang tatanggapin niya is only maximum of 3.3. So, yung wall charger that also comes with this unit is also limited to 3.3 kilowatt. Alright? For demonstration purposes, since nandito na rin lang naman tong case namin, so this is the Raptor 5000 Air. So, para lang ma-imagine nyo yung size niya. Okay. Ayun. Sagad sa dulo, okay naman yung space niya. So, I think dalawa nito kasya. Or, actually, tatlo kasya. Kung patatayuin mo. No, actually, 4. 4 kasya. Okay guys, so we are now inside the BYD Sea-Lion 5. By the way, hindi ko yata nabanggit kanina, isa lang ang available na variant nito, just like the Sea-Lion 6. We are here sa Evo Center, and as you guys know, limited lang naman yung area ng testing natin dito. So we'll just do, just a first impression on how this car drives. And sige, right now, our SOC is 62%. We are in EV mode, hindi tayo mag-HEV, and ilalagay ko siya muna sa Eco. Alright? And then, by the way, kasama ko si Madam Pea, mahihain ay magpakita sa camera. So anyway, tara, let's go. Eco mode, nag-auto lock na siya. Mainit guys sa labas, it's 37 degrees. And lumalaban naman yung aircon, currently nakaset sa low. Parang medyo I feel a little bit too tall. So ibaba ko ng konti yung upuan. Okay? I-forward ko pa ng konti. So actually slightly incorrect ako nung sinabi ko yung comfortable sitting position ko kanina. So eto ngayon, binaba ko ng konti at forward ko ng konti, meaning mas lumuwag pa sa likod. Okay, so tapakan natin, bilisan natin ng konti. Eco mode. Eco mode pa rin. Let's make a turn here. 34, 35 kph. Maganda naman yung handling niya. Maganda yung response, yung acceleration niya. Of course, since this car is smaller, so mas magaan to kumpara sa Sea-Lion 6, and everything is proportional. Yung torque nito is 300 Newton meters. Yung Sea-Lion 6 is 370 something yata. So, I think power to weight ratio, I did not really do the math, but the feeling of acceleration is about the same. So, Eco mode, 50, 60, 70, 75, 82. This is sufficient enough na for me, with my driving style. City, dalawa kami ni Madam Pea, and I think even with Achi and Dichi, okay na sa akin ang Eco mode. Now, kanina umabot tayo ng 80 kph, medyo may narinig akong konting wind noise. But since this is an open area, even kanina nagre-record kami, di ko nga sure kung baka maingay yung microphone ko. But yeah, maganda. One thing that I like about this right now so far, itong konting experience natin sa pagdadrive, mas masarap siyang laruin kumpara sa Sea-Lion 6 kasi nga medyo maliit. Parang yung feeling ko nung dinrive ko yung Seagull. Kasi powerful, tapos maliit, tapos parang ang sarap ibato-bato sa corner, alam mo yon. So, ayan. Yan lang first impression natin. Sige, lipat na tayo sa wag na tayo masyado mag-elaborate ng test drive kasi nga nasa ganitong area tayo, medyo limited din naman. So, okay. Lipat ako sa normal. Tingnan natin kung anong difference. Standstill acceleration. Hindi ko pa masyadong na-feel. Ayun. Pagdating niya ng 80, medyo gumanon na. Medyo kinabahan ako ng konti. So, okay. Still in normal mode. Mag-overtake tayo dito. Okay, si Mark yata itong nasa unahan natin. Si Ryan pala yun, si RIT. Ayun, dito ko naramdam ang difference ng normal. Whoa! Sarap. Tahimik. Yung mga tunog ng suspension niya, very BYD. Very solid. Comfortable siya. Magandang feeling ng steering wheel, malambot. Ayan, sarap laruin. Hindi ko pa masyadong masabi kasi dalawa lang kami ni Madam Pea, pero parang may konting stiffness na gusto ko kasi mas lalaban siya sa mga lubak. Lubak ng EDSA, mga ganon. And lalo na kung dadali mo sa Bicol. Alam niyo naman kung gaano ka popular ang very smooth na kalye going to Bicol. Alright, sport mode. Sport mode, diba? Ayun, sport. Let's go! Woo! Narinig niyo yon? Umiyak! Hindi ko pa tinodo yun, ha? Medyo controlled pa yung tapak ko. Glide tayo, 26, 25, floor. Wow! Ganda rin ng handling. Uy, maganda ang turning radius. Nakuha niya. Ilan lang yun? Ilang lanes yun? Maganda rin ang braking power niya. Yung brake distribution, maganda. Ito, hard brake tayo dito. Nice! Tapos, meron din siyang emergency. Kapag mabilis ka, biglang tapa ka sa brake, automatic nagbiblink yung hazard mo para ma-warningan yung nasa likod mo na nag-sudden brake ka. Ulitin natin. Ayan, taka. Nice. Nahilo na si Madam Pea. Okay, kunin natin to sa 60. No, 52 lang yun. 52. Natakot ako sa 60. Hindi pala to all-wheel drive. Biglang gusto mo mag-accelerate or biglang paakyat ka. Yung gas engine mo will work together with the motor to provide you the power that you are asking for. Basically, ganyan po ang behavior ng DMI. So, para kanino ang BYD Sea Lion 5? Marami na nag-float ng mga names sa utak ko. Isa na dyan si Sir Alex. Kilala niyo naman si Sir Alex, di ba? Sir Alex, pade. At andito na, Sea Lion 5. Kasi si Sir Alex, medyo torn between the Sea Lion 6 and the Seal 5. So sabi ko, abang-abangan mo kasi may lalabas na another model na medyo maliit sa Sea Lion 6. And eto na nga. And I also have a few friends na kachat ko lately, and yun nga, medyo torn din sila between the Seal 5 and the Sea Lion 6 in terms of both the size and yung budget. Ang image price daw nito is 1,348,000 pesos. Image price, ha? So hopefully by the time na ma-release to, itong review namin, na-announce na ni BYD Philippines yung official pricing nito. So if you are looking for an entry-level SUV, entry-level, I don't mean na entry-level din yung features, ha? Nakita niyo naman yung interior nito. What I mean is, in terms of budget, kung may budget ka lang na let's say 1.3 to 1.4 and too much na sa'yo yung 1.5, 1.6 ng Sea Lion 6, this is a very serious contender sa list mo. And kung curious pa kayo how the DMI works, puntahan nyo po yung playlist namin, our Sea Lion 6, kasi pretty much similar ang functionality. Okay, anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. And hopefully we can have a more proper test drive. Sana magkaroon ng media drive. And yeah, that's it for now. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks again for watching. Please drive safe. Bye.
Please do not forget to follow our social media accounts. We are on YouTube, Facebook page, Instagram, and TikTok.